Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed on this Tuesday. How is your day today? How is things in your world? How's life where you are? Please let me know. I love hearing from you. You know that, as always. It means a lot to me to hear from you. And today I am being sarcastic. No, I'm not. I'm not being sarcastic because I don't have the mental space for it right now. Obviously the past year and a half, 2 years for me has been really troublesome struggles. All the various things that can go wrong in life went wrong. Loss of family members, father had heart surgery, loss of my relationship with Jamie and my children, and they moved out, and ups and downs, and all that stuff has been really traumatic, I would say, even. And I thought that after 2017, I was just kind of like done with life. Like I just was. I'm not meaning that I'm even remotely thinking about being done with life. What I mean is, I was just done with all of the stuff that was out of my control. And when you have family, when you're in a relationship, when you're in any sort of circumstance like that, there's always going to be a lot of factors that are out of your control. And, life in general is typically out of your control, but when it's just you, when it's just me against the world, there's a lot of control that I can exert over what happens in my life. A lot more control. And I was dedicated to the idea of just living like that, kind of in perpetuity. Kind of free-spirited solo dude, just going to get stuff done. And then last fall, I had kind of a really, really wonderful time with a female, and I was like, maybe I'm not done with this, And then the spring, I started opening myself up to the idea of maybe seeing somebody. And, truth is, Jamie moved out last fall, but we had really been just living roommates for years. We had just been roommates. So I started to think about the idea of meeting someone, and I did. I met a woman who was really fun and really exciting, but our paths just didn't cross very often. Our schedules were super conflicting, and we both have children and all that sort of stuff, and it just didn't, I don't know, we grew apart from all of that. But then I met my friend now. And she has been instrumental in helping me not necessarily fix things about myself, because that's not necessarily what happened. More like she's helped me realize that I'm not as broken as I thought I was, right? Like I had convinced myself I was extremely broken. I had convinced myself that everything that had gone wrong was completely my fault. And the simple fact of the matter is it wasn't. And although I knew that, I wouldn't admit that to myself because I felt like, again, it was out of my control, but I fought to fix it because that's what I do. So this friend has helped me tremendously with figuring a lot of that stuff out. And she's been really instrumental in bringing me around. But now I'm starting to get to this point where I'm starting to question my ability to be a one-man show. When I started seeing the first woman, I told her that I didn't know what I wanted, but I knew what I didn't want. And she asked me what that was, and I said, I don't want another ex-wife. Like, that's not something that I'm ever going to have again. One ex-wife is enough. If I were to find somebody in the future that I would be willing to marry, that's it, right? And she said, how do you propose you're going to be able to do that? And I don't know. I don't know that there's an answer to that question. If there was an answer to that, then there wouldn't be divorce, right? And there would be happily married couples because everybody waited to find the perfect match. And so it's been this really weird mental struggle with me lately, trying to figure out, am I going to be alone forever? Is that really what I want? And I think the answer is no. I think the answer is I don't want to be alone forever. The answer is I don't want to go through this life without sharing it with somebody. And whether that person is a wife or just a super good friend, I don't know. Lots has changed, you know? And this all came about because I recently kind of caught up with a friend who we hadn't touched base in a while, and they went and watched some of my videos recently, and he said, you know, I watched some of the stuff that you've put out recently, and man, I can see a big difference in you. Because he hadn't seen it, he kind of hadn't seen me in a couple of years, actually. And I was like, yeah, you know, he's like, physically, you've lost a lot of weight, you seem happy. Yeah, all those things have happened, and they're continuing to happen. I'm continuing to be happy. I'm continuing to lose weight. I'm continuing to look better, feel better about myself. And I think I was on that path, but it was like at a snail's pace when I was by myself. But my friend, she came along and has really kind of shoved me down that road and said, why are you stuck in this rut? Like, let's get you out of this rut. And she has really done a lot. So it's been on my mind a lot lately. Where am I headed? Thought I was just going to power through and make money and be successful and kind of live my life out doing this, trying new things all the time, startup stuff. But I think the fact of the matter is I think that's a I don't want to say a waste of my existence, but that's not what I'm best at. What I'm best at is companionship. I'm good at that. Yeah. So, don't know what this video is about, but thank you for watching it, and thank you for liking, thank you for leaving a comment and subscribing and coming back and making me a part of your day. I really appreciate you very much. I appreciate all of you. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from the bbc.co.uk. What was the Roman army called? There were about 30 legions in the Roman army. Each legion had between 4,000 and 6,000 soldiers called legionnaires. Each legion had 10 cohorts. Each cohort was made up of 6 troops of about 80 legionnaires called centuries.